Hey everybody, before heading into the video, just wanted to say really big thank you for the support on the previous tier lists that we've done for this Pokemon music stuff. I've been having a blast making these here and there, and as someone who's just had a bit of passion for Pokemon music in general, this has been a fun little outlet for my interests here and there on stream. So I appreciate you checking these out. I've been working really hard on videos for the channel. As you might have been able to tell, over the month of March, I've uploaded a lot more than I have in previous months. I would appreciate if you guys decide to check out any of those videos as well. I've been working really hard on those, and I think you guys would get a kick out of some of the other stuff that we do over here as well. But either way, make sure that you come on over to the Twitch side of things and check out the stream sometime. It'd be really cool to have more of you come on over and hang out. And even if we're not doing Pokemon stuff that day, just have some more homies coming over and hanging out in the stream. But no pressure either way. But appreciate you guys regardless. Hope you enjoyed the video. I tried to leave in more of the music and the reactions I had while listening to the music, because I know I cut out larger chunks of that previously. Let me know if you enjoyed it better as far as the editing goes in this one than the previous ones. And yeah, enjoy the video, guys. So here's the plan for tonight. We are doing a Pokemon gym leaders tier list. You heard that right, boys. Gym leaders tier list. We are ranking every gym leader theme through Generation 8. This does not include the BDSP theme, but I'll talk about it at the end or whatever. But this is the plan. We have the absolute banger tier. Of course, it always makes its return. Anytime we are ranking Pokemon music, the absolute banger tier has to be there. We then have the tier underneath, gets the heart pumping. Means it's pretty goddamn good. Gets your heart going. You start to feel the sweat a little bit. You're like, oh damn, I'm gonna have to get my shit together and clap the gym leaders. Otherwise, I'm gonna get shit on. Then you have slightly shaking your boots. You know, this is a tier where the song kind of starts to get you a little bit like, you know, your hands might start to sweat a little bit. You're like, ooh, this gym leader might be a little tough, but I think I got it. But I'm a little nervous. The tier of needs more stress means I'm not getting enough. I'm not feeling stressed enough in this battle. I need more. It's just not really cutting it. It's like, I can tell it's a gym leader theme, but like it needs some more stress. I want to feel it. And then shouldn't be a gym leader theme. That's obvious. If it doesn't feel anything like an important like gym leader type of theme, then it goes in that tier. If it just feels like nothing like the rest, you know, and not in a good way, you know, and there you go. So that's the rule set, the criteria we're going with here. As you can see by all of the pictures down here, we have all of there are so many remixes of, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different versions of the Gen 1 gym leader theme. So there's a lot of them. But then it starts to mellow out a little bit as we continue to go. So you don't have to listen to the same thing over and over again. So there you go. So the first theme is the original, the classic Gen 1 red, blue, yellow, green gym leader theme. Let's take a listen. This theme is cracked. I don't think I need to tell you. This theme is insane. And there's even sounds going on. There's even Pokemon sounds in it, dude. This theme is crazy. I don't think anyone could even argue. This is an absolute banger. Easy S tier. Original Gen 1 gym leader theme is so good. And the like that goes on in the background. Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. It is such a good theme. It set such a high bar for gym leader themes. And I mean, like, I love that it made like future themes have to like step up to that bar and be like, damn, like I gotta live up to that. It's a lot to ask. No percussion, you don't need it. You don't need it. Look, hot take. I think Pokemon adding incessant percussion to their music as the game's generations got like newer and newer made the music worse. The amount of percussion you'll probably hear it when we start to get to like Gen 6 music. There's so much fucking percussion. I've talked about it numerous times in these tier list videos where like Gen 6 music all of a sudden just starts going in the background and it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. So I love that original clean sound. That's on a Game Boy, dude. Like that's the thing with Pokemon Gen 1 music, that on a Game Boy it sounds that good, dude. It's so crazy. It's such a good theme. That's an easy S tier. Easy S tier. So then we got the theme that they did in Gold and Silver when you can, spoilers, go back to the Kanto region and fight gym leaders. So that is going to be this theme here. This one. So this theme, there's probably a lot of different opinions on this one. The interesting part is, you know, by the time you get back to the Kanto region in Gen 2, these fights aren't really meant to be like the most stressful thing ever. But I will say, regardless, anytime you're fighting gym leaders, you should have a very like powerful theme. You should have a theme that like gets your heart pumping, you know? It needs to get you going. This one for me, I think is actually pretty good. I think it's pretty good. It is not an absolute banger. I'll say it right here. It's not an absolute banger, but it is pretty good. I think it's somewhere in this range. Because it does kind of get the heart pumping. You're like, oh shit, like, but I think it's a little closer to slightly shaking in my boots. So that's how I feel about it. It's not quite getting the heart pumping, but it is still a very good theme. Still a very good theme. So I'll take it. The next theme is, so then it's that theme again, but I believe it's the HeartGold Soul, or excuse me, no, this one comes first. I had it out of order. Now it is the Fire Red and Leaf Green version of the Gen 1 gym. Again, there's a lot of Gen 1 themes, so you'll have to, you know, you'll have to get through it with me here. But this is the Gen 1 remade into Gen 3 version of the Gen 1. You'll hear it. Okay, so this one gets you going, dude. Yo, Game Freak legal team. Thank you, Game Freak legal team, for the follow. I hope you like me ranking your Pokemon themes. You could argue it's an absolute banger. It might move its way up there depending on where things go in the rest of the list. But right now, I feel comfortable having that and gets the heart pumping because it does get my heart pumping. So I feel pretty good about that. Speaking of bangers, we have another one coming up. So now we have the HeartGold SoulSilver version of the Kanto rematches. There's a lot of remakes in Pokemon, okay? There's a lot of remakes, so just here you go. This major improvement on the original Gen 2 gym leader of Gen 1. You know what I'm saying? Compared to this one, it is such an improvement. It is so good. It is such a great theme. HeartGold and SoulSilver has great music in the first place, but like this theme is just nutty. It's nutty. I love it. It is easily in these top 2 tiers for me. Is it an absolute banger? Because there's a lot of these that are really good, so I have to really differentiate. I'm going to say, for now, I'm going to say it's in Gets the Heart Pumping. I think it's on a similar tier to the Fire Red Leaf Green version of the Gen 1 Gym Leader theme. For now, it's in Gets the Heart Pumping. This one could also make its way up to absolute banger. There's probably going to be some shifting around we have to do. Because I'm definitely not slightly shaking in my boots with this one. This was a significant improvement over the original version of it. The next one is the Black and White 2 version. If you haven't been here for any of the other previous Pokemon music tier lists we've done, Black and White tend to the way that they tend to remix older music in Pokemon games is to just make it faster and slightly up the key signature that it's in. So let's see if they do that for this one. Interesting. I've only heard this theme like once or twice before, so I didn't remember it very well going into this. It doesn't like stress me out, but it's just a really good theme. Like it makes me more like yay than it does like oh shit, you know? So like I have to put it in like slightly shaking in my boots because like I'm kind of feeling it. Like my heart's going a little bit. I'm like, okay, like I'm feeling it a little bit, but it's not like this isn't really a detriment to the theme itself. It's still like a well-composed theme. Just it's not like when I listen to a gym leader theme, I want to be like, oh shit. And if I don't feel that way, I can't put it like super high up there. But it's still a really good theme. I'm gonna, you know what, at least gonna do that for solace, because that is very solid. That is a very solid theme. Now we have the game that always surprises me. The game that always surprises me, because I never played through Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu or whatever, but the music in those games is always like top tier. Every time I do these, the Let's Go games have insane music. So I'm looking forward to this one, because I bet you it's going to be pretty good. Although maybe I'm hyping it up. It's going to be shit. Who knows? Let's see. The percussion actually fits. The use of brass instruments, like, hello, that's... hello? That's what I'm into? Like, it gets the heart pumping. The only thing I think that keeps it from being an absolute banger is that it still could use more, like... I guess just the word stress comes to mind. It could use more of that, just like, oh shit. Like, because it still feels a lot more fun than it does like dire, you know? But when I'm looking for a gym leader thing, I'm looking for something that's like, like, okay, like I feel inspired, but also like, goddamn, like this is gonna be tough, you know? So it might make its way up there, because it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I'm going to put it at the top of this tier at least, though, because it's so good. God damn it, it's so good. Oh, okay, those are all the Gen 1 themes. We're finally into Gen 2 themes. All right, here we go. This is the original Gold, Silver, Crystal. As a Gen 2 guy myself, I'll always love it to death. I'll always love this theme to death. I mean, it's very nostalgic for me. It's very, I mean, it just knows its way to my heart. On the more like trying to be more objective with it though, like as a gym leader theme, it still does a lot of things right. Like this part here. Like the use of like growing tension through like escalating like up higher. It's a really well composed theme and adds the stress that I'm looking for. So it's like I'm not gonna put in an absolute banger because it's not. It doesn't quite like stress you as much as some of the other themes do in the series, but it still is a really well-made theme. I'm gonna say this one has me like slightly shaking in my boots. It's got me going. It's not like, it doesn't get my heart like, oh damn, but it does get me shaking in my boots a little bit. Okay, the next theme is the one they did in the remake in HeartGold and SoulSilver of that theme. So let's take a look at that one. This one, and it's not even just because they're my favorite games. There's a reason why they're my favorite games. Again, significant improvement here. Significant improvement. It is this one, for me, absolute banger. Again, it does, because it's a remake of the last theme, right? It has the stress it needs, and it does the things right to create that stress, that tension, but then it keeps that momentum going, and it feels chaotic. It feels like, like you're trying to think, right? You're trying to make smart choices while you're battling or whatever, and there's all this stuff going on. You're just like, you can feel the tension rising, and it does those hits where it's like, bum, 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 like, you know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying? I'm starting to sweat, dude. I always start. You guys don't even understand. You see how much I'm dancing? Part of what makes me get sweaty during these is the fact that I want to sing them. I want to sing them while they're going on, but I don't want to I want to let you guys actually hear them and not just me. But dude, it's so hard for me to not just belt them out myself because they're all lodged into my brain. And then the final Gen 2 gym leader theme is the Black and White 2 version that they did for the PWT, which is this one here. So, a really interesting take on this theme. A really interesting take. What Black and White 2 did a lot was this sort of instrumentation with the square lead and just mixing in a lot of different sounds. They did this a lot. Something that Pokemon started to do as they got further into their games was they tried to do a lot with the themes, especially remixed themes or remade themes. And what happens sometimes is they're trying to fill every space possible in the theme rather than letting those spots that were originally composed to leave space open. The HeartGold and SoulSilver version of that theme gave you that space. It gave you that when it goes bum 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 bum, it leaves it lets those hits shine. It lets that tension that it builds shine because you're anticipating it to get more intense. The Black and White 2 theme doesn't quite do that. It fills in those spaces with continued, you know what I'm saying? That percussion is still filling that space. It's still just not differentiating the sections of the song as well as the HeartGold and SoulSilver version did. So still really good theme, still definitely gets the heart pumping, still a well-made theme, just doesn't quite do as well of a job as the HeartGold SoulSilver version, but definitely better than the original. It's interesting. It's they did okay with the original version of it and then really did a good job of expanding more on it as they remixed them. So good job, Game Freak. We have the Gen 3 themes finally. I love the Gen 3 sound font. It's probably my favorite sound font in all the Pokemon games because I just love all the horns and the trumpets, and a huge fan of just how the music in this game sounds in general. Love how it sounds. As far as the gym leader theme itself goes, I have like PTSD from some of the gym fights in this game, so I have some inner built stress from it. But overall, compared to all the gym leader themes, it is probably, it's got me shaking in my boots. It's got the stress, and it actually does it in a little bit of a different way than the Gen 2 theme, which is like listening to them back to back. It's actually kind of interesting to think about. Where Gen 2 did a lot of like, a lot of escalating parts. Ruby and Sapphire do that too, but they start really low. They start like, bwah, 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 bah. And like it just all kind of builds. But when it gets to its top, I feel like it comes down a little too fast, because then they get to the top and it's like, and then it just starts going, and it comes down really fast. I would love it if it stayed at that like climax of the song longer, Then they have the one that they did for Black and White 2. Again, Black and White 2, phenomenal game. They did a lot of things in that game to have some fan service. So there was a lot of bringing back past characters. So this is the Black and White 2 version. This is another Black and White 2 theme that is well made. It's a nice composition. It's really pleasing to listen to. Just doesn't have the like stress factor that it needs. They went a little like, listen. That part, that line right there, that's too epic to give like a flute. Like, why are you giving that like a flute sound? Like, dude, those parts are like some of the best lines in the theme, and they're like, let's give that to the softest instrument in our voice box here. The percussion definitely helps with like keeping that energy going. I don't know. I'm wavering almost on needs more stress. Like I'm tempted. I think I'm gonna put it there. It's not a bad theme. It's very similar to the Black and White 2 version they did for Gen 1's theme, but that theme was it still had the stress it needed. It just needed more oomph. It needed a little more of that push. Now we have the last Gen 3 theme, which was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I do remember liking this one. It does a few things really well. I like the brass usage, obviously. The thing with this theme, when you add the strings as much as you do in this theme, it's almost depressing to say. It's like, it takes the edge away from it, where it like, it's still good. I think it's definitely on the same tier, personally, as the original version of it. I think it's in this tier with it. It's not a step above, and it's not too much of a step below, but it just doesn't have the, like, the edge. And I think part of it comes from, again, the curse that these games come from, the more recent Pokemon games, their obsession with non-stop percussion at all times. And that theme also suffers from it. That theme also has this just constant and the whole time. And the bass the whole time is just every offbeat. It's just like, dude, take a break, breathe, let your fingers rest for a second, please. Like, it kind of just doesn't stop. So it keeps the stress going, but as a theme, it doesn't make any huge improvements over the original. So it's just going to kind of stay here in the same tier, I think, with the original. So here we have the first Gen 4 theme, Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. Let's take a listen. I love the like low, like it's like this like chromatic like back and forth thing that like kind of gets you like feeling like a little uncomfortable, like it's kind of pulling at you, like it does things well. And then the theme itself, you know, like it's a good theme. It just kind of it doesn't quite get you like as stressed. Again, it's another one of those things that it needs a little more like, I want to feel like worried, like geez, what kind of chaotic. And it's almost like too clean. Like it's a really well-made theme. It's very clean, very polished. It needs more stress. It needs more like, get me going a little bit. What it does in the low part is great. It just doesn't build on that. It doesn't do a lot of like, you know, what other themes did where they're like doing these ascending parts that like get you like, This theme doesn't do a lot of that. It stays very like kind of in the same. So that's that one. The next version they did was Black and White 2. I think a good thing that this theme does is adding in more of that chaos I was talking about. It gets you, it throws a lot at you at all times. The underlying percussion is okay. I don't love that it just kind of goes on the entire time, but it's not as jarring as it is in Gen 6, I think. it kind of fits the feel of the song a little better. So it's not like a huge improvement over the original, but I actually do feel like it is an improvement. This one, you know what? This one's got me slightly shaking in my boots. That one's pretty solid. It's close to needing more stress, and I think it still could use more, but it is an improvement over the original, which I didn't think was going to happen in this. I thought I was going to like this one more, but after actually listening to them back to back, I think this one actually does a little bit of a better job. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl version of this. Let's take a listen to this one. This one I also like more than the original. I think what helps this one a lot is the added instrumentation at the bottom with the percussion. And I think the instrumentation choices in general for BDSP help it a lot. I think choosing the horns for this low part that comes up here, well, not this part here, but the next time it gets to the low part. It's got the stress it needs to get it out of the needs more stress tier. It could still use a little more. I think I would still end up putting it in slightly shaking in my boots. So future Brassydoots, put a picture of Shining Pearl next to something there. You'll figure it out. It's where my camera is right now. Here, let's make it easier for you in the future. Where my camera is right now, just put it there. Just put it right there. Boom. We've now got the black and white, Pokemon Black and White themes. Really well done. It's such a good theme. It could use a little more stress, but it's so well done. And it's got the like it's still got a decent amount of that like tension. And this part's so good too. Because you're just like, okay. It's almost like a workout song, dude. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of Gets the Heart Pumping right now though. They did a good job with this one. I forgot how good this theme was. It's a good one. So now we have the Black and White 2 remix. Well, not remix. It's just the version they used in Black and White 2 for their gym leaders, which I think was still pretty similar to Black and White. So let's take a listen to this one because I don't remember if it's like super different. I remember it being kind of similar, but let's see. Let's see. What they did there. I really like some of the things that they changed. This thing right here. This high-pitched thing adds a little more of that tension. And then this part here is so good. This is a hard one to rank. This is a hard one to rank. I'm gonna have to... I can't even decide. It's like almost an absolute banger. I think it's gonna go at the... like up here somewhere. I think it's gonna go up here towards the top of Gets the Heart Pumping. I don't... that one might move. That one might move up. Like, I'm trying to figure out if I want to put that on the same tier as the original theme and the HeartGold SoulSilver Gym Leader theme, because it's so close. Oh, it's such a... you know, I'm putting it up there. It's so good, dude. It's not quite... it's not like as good, I think, as these two, but I think it deserves to be in the same tier as them, if that makes sense. I'm not going to put it above them in that tier, but it is enough of an improvement on the original Black and White Gym Leader theme to put it up here. Now we have the X and Y theme, which if I remember correctly, there's one X and Y theme that I can't stand, but I don't think it's this one. I feel like I'm at a rave. What is happening? What is this theme, dude? Okay. Wow, this theme is doing all sorts of things. It's doing all sorts of things. Oh, God. Okay, where do I start? I love how it started. I love how the song started. Totally different than all the other songs. Like, I like what it's doing there. It just starts doing... what? Like, what's happening? This theme never... it can't decide on something. Is that when it finally loops? Okay. So this theme... I don't dislike the song. It's just weird. Like, it's... like, this part here with the guitar, like, all of a sudden it turns into, like, a DBZ video game song. Like... I don't know. I have no idea how to rank this one. Because it's not a bad theme. It just tries to do so much. It's trying to do so much. This shouldn't be a Gym Leader theme. And it's not to say... this is not to say that the theme itself is a bad song. But this... I don't... ugh. I don't know how this is a Gym Leader theme. It feels like I'm like high going through like space, like, whoa, dude, like, gnarly. Okay, we have two more themes. We have Pokemon Sun and Moon, which, if you didn't know, they didn't really have gym leaders, but they had kahunas, which were, they only had like, I think like 4 of them or whatever. But they still had their own like themes. It's basically kind of like a gym leader theme. It's just Sun and Moon did everything a little differently. So let's take a look at that one. Ah, that's right. That's right. Okay. That's right. I'm not even going to have it play through the whole way because I remember this one now. This song is way too happy. Like, you can have, like, this kind of happy vibe or whatever and still have a pretty good gym leader theme. Like, other themes did it. But, like, it needs more stress, man. It's just so, like, it feels like a victory song. It feels like what would play in the credits after you beat the Elite Four, you know? It's so, like, yay, woohoo. Like, it's too cheery. Sun and Moon has some, like, banger tracks. But this one just, it needs more, man. It needs something more. Because I'm feeling too, like, jolly good day, sir. We're on the island. We're having a party. Like, it's just kind of, I don't know. It's not doing it for me. It needs way more stress. It's borderline shouldn't even be a gym leader theme, but all right, we have one more, and I know for a fact I do like this one. Sword and Shield, I do really like what they did with their gym leader themes. I like it. This is one that, like, it gets you going, man. You're just like, okay, all right, like, listen to this. It's a really, like, it's a fun theme, but it also, like, starts off a little more like intense. So it does a lot of different things. I think it's very much deserving of a gets the heart pumping rating. It's not an absolute banger. It's got some parts I really like, but it also does some things a little too long. It stays on certain ideas a little too long sometimes, and it doesn't have that level of, like, stress throughout the whole song, but it does do it well in certain parts. So I think it's deserving. I think it's deserving of being up there. It gets the heart pumping. In the end, it's all kind of subjective. It's kind of, you know, whatever you prefer. But I really like what they did with this one. I like what they did with this one. So good job, Sword and Shield. That's that. I don't know if I want to move any of these. We only have 3 absolute bangers. Let me listen to, hold on, for baseline here, Oh, this theme's so good. God, this theme's so good. Like, God. God, this theme's so good. Nothing even really comes close. Like, after listening to that again, like, nothing on this list even comes close. Hold on. Where's the HeartGold? Let me listen to this one again. Are they on the same tier? In the absolute bangers, these definitely deserve to be here. I don't need to listen to Black and White 2 again. This one deserves to be here. Look. This has to be at the top. This one has to be at the top. This theme is just so good. Like, these two absolute bangers easily, but like this one needs it needs a tier of its own. Like they nailed it right off the bat on the fucking Game Boy. They nailed it. Like nothing comes close. Oh God, it is so good. Oh, it's inspiring. It's inspiring how goddamn good that Gen 1 theme is. It's close. It's close. I refuse to move it. It is in the league of its own. God, that is such a good theme. I know that makes me sound like a Gen 1er. It makes me sound like a Gen 1 purist, but I'm far from it. Everyone knows I'm a HeartGold SoulSilver guy. I'm a Gen 2 guy. So like, I was not expecting this one to be at the very top, but man, it's just too good. It is too good. Do any of these ones at the top of getting the heart pumping, do those need to move? Like, now that we have separated the original one from the rest, this one is 100% an absolute banger. So that's the tier list. I feel pretty good about that. It's yeah. Gen 1 theme just rules. It just rules above all else. And there's nothing else to say.